Donald Trump heading to Texas next week. It's a start of a fundraising blitz. Mica, Mosbacher, one of the co-hosts of the upcoming one in San Antonio, also in Houston. Donor events, RNC fundraiser co-chair. Mica, you're known for raising money, and here's the thing. It feels like everyone's on the same page, right? Initially, there were a lot of question marks as to how Donald Trump would be able to compete in a general election if he wasn't going to take this money. He's not raising money just for himself, though, right? He's raising it for everyone, the party included.
Yes, he's having joint fundraisers between the RNC and the Trump team, and we are hosting fundraisers in San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. It's an oil-rich state, even though the price of oil and gas is down a little bit.
But we're off those lows.
But both Governor Abbott and Rick Perry have endorsed Trump, and I think it should go really well, considering in 2012 we raised over $25 million for the RNC in Texas alone. I do want to say one thing to the donors that are expressing heartburn over this week's comments about Judge Curiel. And it is about Donald Trump's messaging, which I think is brilliant. If we take a step back and look at it and compare it on the one hand to Ted Cruz, who was consistent with his messaging but didn't incite any passion, Trump, on the other hand, is provocative. He throws a statement out there.
So you're okay with the comments then?
Well, to a degree.
I mean, you're from Texas. Houston is, you know, I think Houston's population is vehemently anti, you know, it's gone completely the other way. Dallas, this is something you think will play well in Texas, particularly for the future political, for the GOP and the future of the party?
Well, we hope so. We need to offset some of the Hispanic voters that we're going to lose in California, possibly Arizona and Texas, with the independent voters coming in. And I think today's story will tell the tale. I think he will do extremely well in the 6 states, and with that, he will be able to carry that momentum into his fundraising. And we're hopeful that we'll raise about $4 million in Texas. They raised $650,000 in one day in California.
Hillary Clinton talked about the former San Antonio mayor perhaps being on her ticket and openly talking about winning Texas. It seems like a pipe dream. It seemed like less of a pipe dream now, though, than it did 4 years ago. What's the deal with that? Is the Republican Party in Texas concerned about this at all?
No, that's a Hail Mary on Hillary Clinton's part. I think Trump is possibly going to turn some red states blue. We're certainly looking into that, and I truly believe he has the momentum going forward. He's shaking the very institutions which have made up the status quo in this country, and that's given people hope. Apathetic voters are now getting out there and expressing enthusiasm and voting.
What do you make, though? I mean, you were a Ted Cruz person.
Yes.
You've made the switch. You're on the Trump train now, which you're turning into the money train. But what do you make of the still reluctance or the lukewarm embracing of Donald Trump by the establishment, for instance, of Paul Ryan, who today had comments of the comments that he's observing this Curiel thing a lot differently than you are?
Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed. I really feel strongly that we don't want to lose the Supreme Court and that we need to get behind our nominee. I'm disappointed with Mitt Romney that he's not attending the convention, for example. I don't understand it. While you might not find the perfect candidate in Donald Trump, do we want another 3rd term of Obama policies?
Right. Yeah. Those Supreme Courts, you got to hit on that over and over again. Supreme Court, Supreme Court, Supreme Court. Mica Mosbacher, thanks a lot. Love your earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, see you soon.